Hello, and welcome on back to Creators Spicy Tea. I'm Allie, and today we are going over a resource that I'm really excited about. So I built my own personal website for my content creation business through Squarespace, and I like them very much. But today we're going to look at a mind-blowingly cheaper alternative, Canva websites. All right. So first, the question is, there are a million link hosting sites. Why would we need to make our own website or landing page? If we remember, not the longest time ago, we started seeing Instagram going after those with link trees. Now, they never publicly came out and said they were against it. They never came out and said they're against link hosting sites like Linktree and Beacons AI. Now, mind you, about 5 years ago-ish, they did have a bug in their system that banned the links from the platform. However, they reverted that and they apologized for it. So, they haven't publicly come out and say it, but report after report from creator after creator, and myself personally, are saying otherwise. We are receiving notifications flagging our bio, and we change everything we can think to change, still getting flagged. Remove that link tree and you're fine. And Instagram is not the only social site that has link discrimination. Maybe a stretch, but it's what we're going with. If we also look at Reddit, we see it there too. Mind you, it's not the admins or the platform itself that gives two rat patukas about what links you have. It's the subreddit moderators. We know so many subreddit moderators have disdain for content creators, and more importantly, for content creators being in their space. So if you start posting in a subreddit and a moderator who's like that is in there, they're going to go look at your profile. And a huge tell that somebody is a creator is if they have a link tree in their bio. I personally got around this, like I said, by building a Squarespace website. I love my website. It works fantastic for what I need it to work for. However, it costs me $35 monthly just for the website itself. And then it costs me $20 yearly for the domain itself. Now, I mathed that out, and it's $440 a year just to have a website up. It's necessary. I need a website up, but that's a lot of money a year. So when I went looking for an alternative to use to create Creators Spicy Tea's new website, which is creatorsspicytea.net/home, I was stoked when I found Canva, because I'm already paying for Canva Pro for all my graphic design needs throughout my spicy content business and for Creators Spicy Tea. When I saw I could make a website for free with my Pro subscription, which, quick note, you don't have to have Pro to make a website and publish it. You just have to have a Pro account to make a website without the Canva branding and with a custom domain. So you don't really even need Pro. But when I learned I could create a website top to bottom and publish it for only an extra $20 roughly a year, I jumped into it. I said, yes, let's do this. Something quickly to note here is Canva's terms of service. Now, Canva's terms of service specifically state that you cannot post any NSFW or not safe for work or sensitive 18+ content on their platform, or links that direct to sites with pornography. So, how the heck are adult content creators going to use this if we can't even put our adult links on there? Allie from the future coming in. I reached out to Canva themselves, and I just got an email in response. OnlyFans links can be hosted on Canva websites. So that's great. They specifically state just not to include links to purely pornographic sites. So things like Pornhub, ManyVids, clip sites like that might still not be great, but that OnlyFans link, honey, you're fine. So then what do we do for the other links, like our Pornhub link? Well, why don't we get back to past Allie and see what her idea might be? I had a thought to get around this. Make a link tree, make a beacons, and put only your adult platform, and then on your website with all of your other social links that you're going to post everywhere, just put the link to the link tree with the button that says OnlyFans, Fansly, Loyal Fans, what have you. Get a workaround. There's always a workaround. And now another little note here would be the things I would suggest putting on your website. So my website has quite a few pages. You don't need as many. You really only need a few. 1, your landing page with all of your links. 2, an about me with some images of you that represent your brand, your niche, who you are as a creator. Keep them safe for work or PG, right? My site has more than just the about me and the landing page. I personally also put my pre-made sheets on my site. I also put a copy of all of my reviews from across the web on my website, and I also have a page with an explanation of what my Telegram channel is and a page with all of my menus on them. Now those are just optional. I really highly do suggest though that landing page and that about me section. All right, so now that we've gone over all of that, what do you say we get into the meat and potatoes and dig in to how to build it? The first step to creating your Canva website or landing page is going to be just that, creating it. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to make sure we have Canva open. We have it open to our home page, and we're going to navigate in this bar all the way to websites here. Give websites a click. This pulled open all of these website templates. So scroll through them and find one that fits you. Make sure you're looking for a template that fits your needs. So if you are primarily making this for a landing page, find one that looks like it would be a good, solid landing page. So something like this with buttons pre-filled in. All you have to do is add the links. Go ahead, pick one, and keep in mind, if you notice here, these are short. These are short pages and you cannot increase the length of the page. However, on your website, it will be one scrolling page and you'll add dividers between the pages if wanted, or you can add page, and just make one giant scrolling web page for yourself. So then go ahead and pick the one that you think best fits your needs. I'm going to go ahead and choose this one here. Give it a click, and this should have popped up your design dashboard. This is where you're going to go through the steps of fully customizing your website. Now that your template is chosen, it's time to dig in, to dive in, and to build your site for you. All of the text you see, change it, edit it to fit you, your brand, and your niche. You can change the fonts. If you have a font or colors or what have you that are for your brand, change it for them. Change your website to match those brand standards and templates. So let's look at just a quick cheats here. Let's say we take this text and we want it to be a different font, and we want to change all of the fonts across our page. Go ahead, click the font that you want, and as we notice down here, we have this change all button. Love yourself, and hit that button to change all the text across your project. It'll change all the font to match. Then when we look at these, you can change the colors by going up here. Go with your brand colors. Because I have Canva Pro, my account has a brand kit here with all my main colors, which is so incredibly helpful. If you don't have that and you have Canva Pro, take advantage of it. You can change your colors around. Then, when we look down here, thankfully, this template came with built-in social media buttons. Let's say it doesn't. What we would do is we would go to Elements here, and then we would search. Let's say we want the Instagram logo. We would just type that in exactly, and it pops up here with a whole bunch of options for your Instagram logo. We also have the TikTok logo, the YouTube, Instagram. We have all those logos right there, which will work perfect for putting as social media buttons. Now, let's say one page for our landing page is just not big enough. I don't blame you. What we're going to do is we're going to go to this button to add a page, or this button here to completely duplicate this page. So let's add a blank page, and now you have 2 pages to your website. Let's make this another color so we can see the differentiation in the 2 pages. And to check how your website is looking, you go right here to preview. Hit preview, and so far, this is what our website will look like. Do you see what I mean by it's one long scrolling page? So it's up to you to put dividers if you want. That's kind of what I meant. Now, dividers, what I did for Creators Spicy Tea is I went into Elements and I looked up long rectangular shapes. So something like a line would work great. I personally used, because it's a part of my brand, I used rope and put that again and again and again across the page like this. Now, something important to note about your website. If we look at the preview again, right here, we don't see any navigational buttons. Your website can have navigational menu at the top. Let's look at how to add that in. To add the top navigation, we need to be on our website design, and then we're going to go right there to that little note button. Then you add a page title. Do that for every single one of the pages you added. And now let's look at our preview and look at the difference. As we can see, we now have navigational menus. And when you click it, it will pop you down to the corresponding page. Play around with it. Really have fun. This is such a great creative opportunity to get to make a homepage specifically yours, specifically for you, specifically what you want. Add photos by going to your gallery or uploading a photo to add it. Remember, what are our photos going to be? Safe for work. We don't want to get popped by Canva. To add new text, go to new text. To add any shape, graphic, element you can imagine, go into Elements and search through. Here you can also add picture frames as well, which is fantastic. If for some reason you want to add a QR code to your website, which I know some do, go to apps and go and type in QR, and it will pop up these options for you to make a QR code. I personally just use that one. So now once you have the bulk of your website built how you want it, now it's time to start adding in your links. When adding in your links, you have 2 options. The first is to add a link with text displaying what the link is. The second is to embed a link. So let's look at both of those options together. So that first option to add a link would be through text. So go somewhere where your design has text and edit it to correctly label for what the link will be. So we're going to use Instagram as an example. So we would type in Instagram, then exit out of that selection, click it again, but don't fully click into it. Instead, we're going to go right here. We're going to hit those three dots, and all the way near the bottom we see link. You can also Control K to do this. Go ahead and give link a click, link. Then type in or paste the link you have and hit done. Now that has created a clickable link, and you can always check it that it pops up right here. What if instead of this text link, instead you want an embed? Let's look at how to do that. We go to text here and we insert a text box into the page we want it. I wouldn't even worry about formatting where you want it yet, because you don't know the size the embed is going to be. Add your text. You don't even have to worry about what the text says. Click out of it. Click it again one time. Go to the three-dot menu, and then again go down to link. Paste your link. Then tap out from that paste, and as you can see here, you have a drop-down. You can choose link or what we're looking for, embed, right there. Click embed, and bam, that embeds your link to what it looks like. Let's look at maybe a TikTok embed. So that same exact process, add a text box. You can title it, you don't have to. Often this box will pop up. Click that link button for a shortcut. Paste your link. Then click that same box, go down from link to embed, and wham bam, there is your TikTok embed. But now we have these social media buttons and no link to go to them. So how do we take an image or a element and turn it into a link? Pretty much that same process. Give one of them a click, three-dot menu here, and then go down to link. Give link a click, paste your link, enter, and now you can double check here. That is linked. So that's a rundown of the multiple different methods to add links in Canva. Now, after you have spent ample time getting your website exactly how you want it, how you need it for you, the very next step is the final one, publishing your site and getting a domain for it. So now, as I said, if you have a pro account, you can create a customized domain. If you do not, you can use one of Canva's free domains. It will just have the Canva browsing or the Canva branding on it. So let's go ahead and look at the steps for publishing. First things first, preview your site again. Really make sure you're happy with it. Preview it in desktop and mobile. Hit those buttons because a lot of people, most people are on their phone using mobile, especially when it comes to landing pages and things like that. Make sure it works functionally on mobile. Quick tip for me, for the sites I've built so far, make sure that's clicked. If it's not clicked, it looks like that on mobile and it's just not, it's not as functional. So make sure resize on mobile is done. You want to include navigation menu if you added in those titles as mentioned. And then once we're done here, you've checked your preview, you're going to go right here to publish website. Hit publish website. Make sure again, these are clicked. Then you will choose your URL. I already have one on this account, so it's pre-filled in. You would choose your sub path here. If you don't already have a domain, which you're not going to likely, you're going to be sure to click Get New Domain. And this is going to give you the options here. This might be what it looks like when you first pull yours up. It'll be website published to the web with these domain options. So you can choose your free Canva domain, or you can either use an existing domain or create a new one. We're going to go through the process of a free domain. Give that a click. And then hit continue. You can choose your subdomain name. Make sure when you're choosing your domain or your subdomain name, you are thinking SEO focused. You should be thinking SEO focused throughout your entire website. But when it comes to your domain, you want to make sure you add in has to do with you. So your stage name, your brand name, or any mention of your niche if you can. My personal content creation website is AllieRopeKuya.com. So that's Allie, my stage name, Rope, which is a indicator of my specialty, which is Shibari, and Kuya, who is my co-star. Once you have decided your domain, you're then going to hit continue. Make sure it's available to you, obviously. Once you've then done that, you're going to add the page's slug. So it's going to be page URL. Your domain is going to be domain.mycanvasite/ what have you. So I made mine just home. Then you can add a website description. Do so. This helps with SEO, search engine optimization. This helps your page be found in Google searches. It's very important. Make sure you're getting as many keywords in as you can. Then you're going to go to advanced settings, and from here, advanced settings, you have password protection if you want it. Search engine visibility. If you want this to show up in Google searches, Bing searches, etc., make sure this is clicked. Link preview is enabled. So when you share your link via, let's say, Discord, if you have link preview enabled, a thumbnail of your web page will pop up that looks like this here when you share your link in socials, in chat apps, etc. Then, last but not least, you're going to hit publish. Give it a while to publish your design, and bam, it's there. So the final step. Go on both your desktop device and your mobile device. Hit view website, and then this pops open. Make sure you're satisfied with how it looks. If you ever want to edit your design, you're going to have to click edit design, and then you have to republish it with the edits. And just for a quick reference, this is what sites could look like if you decide to build them like this. This is creatorsspicytea.net/home. If you guys want to check that out, this website was built using Canva websites. The very last thing I want to cover before we close out this resource is a huge benefit that Canva provides. It is their analytics tab. Now, this is a pro feature. Looking at what pro costs per person, it is $15 monthly or $120 yearly. I use Canva to build my websites, my menus. I use it to watermark my images. I use it for all of the graphics for Creators by CT. So in my mind, that cost is beyond worth it. So let's dive into that analytics tab. It's going to be right here in your design dashboard. You're going to see a little graph. It's there. Go ahead, give that a click. And this is going to bring up your analytics. It shows you real-time views. What countries are visiting your page most often? As you see here, United States, big one. Canada, big one. So I would know to push my content and theme it more around those countries' standards and what they're looking for. A huge one to look at is device. When we were going to publish our website, remember we looked at the formatting both on mobile and on desktop. So as you can see here, I get most traffic on desktop, but mobile really isn't far behind. So what I would most want to do is optimize my website for desktop, but also make sure it's functional for mobile. The next tab over here is traffic,
And this shows you where are people finding your website. So most people are coming to my website from direct links. And the second most is Reddit. So I know I want to keep getting my direct links out there because those are working for me. And also I know I want to keep pumping promotion on Reddit. Then our last tab is our engagement tab. This shows us how many people are clicking our individual links throughout our entire page. So it tallies them all right here for you so you see where you're getting the most traffic to. That was a quick rundown of Canva's biggest benefit in my mind, their analytics tab.
All right. So again, why we build these landing pages ourselves, why we get our own domains, why we do all of that, we are trying to accomplish two main things. One, we're trying to look more established, more professional. Remember, if you're an adult content creator or a content creator of any kind, you are no longer just representing yourself as yourself. You also need to be representing yourself as a business entity, and business entities need to be professional, especially if in the future you want to work with brands or who knows what else. You want to have something that makes you look professional and established. And then the second thing that this landing page or website or your own domain will accomplish, it helps you from link discrimination, right? From platforms and moderators and things like that. Alrighty, I know this was beefy, this was long, but this is how you build and publish a website through Canva. I hope it helped. This was Al with Creators Spicy Tea.